Just get lit with the SJR crew. Welcome to the dark ages. Welcome to the dark ages. Let's ride. Welcome to the dark ages. I'm slip where the past and future rage. Welcome to the dark ages. Welcome to the dark ages. Let's ride. Welcome to the dark ages. I'm slip where the past and future rage.
Time travel about to get medieval.
Welcome to the dark ages. Welcome to the dark ages. Let's ride. Welcome to the dark ages. I'm slick where the past and future rage. Pulled up to the tavern in my time machine. Got the whole crew blazed on medieval green. Rasputin in the corner throwing down spells, while jade trees floating higher than church bells. Caitlin got the peasants learning how to twerk. Rose got kings and queens all doing dirty work. Ancient wisdom mixed with modern day insane. SJR crew about to make history change. Welcome to the dark ages. Welcome to the dark ages. Let's ride. Welcome to the dark ages. I'm slip where the past and future rage. Mick blowing smoke signals cross the castle walls. Uncle Patriot teaching knights how to brawl. Big Kahuna got the round table turned up. KD and Jorge got the mead cups. Hard Coals crashed the party with that future tech. Rube Knot got jesters breaking their neck. We ain't leaving till the whole place lit. Medieval times ain't ready for this shit. Welcome to the dark ages. Welcome to the dark ages. Let's ride. Welcome to the dark ages. Time slip where the past and future rage. Past to future, future to past. SJR crew making history last. Time traveling rebels on a medieval high, taking over castles as we pass by. Got these monks up in the monastery twisted. Every scroll they writing got our names listed. Making medieval moments turn psychotic. Crew so sick they thought we were demonic. Taking over kingdoms one by one. Teaching ancient people how to have some fun. History books won't tell it like we do. Dark ages get lit with the SJR crew. Welcome to the dark ages. Welcome to the dark ages. Let's ride. Welcome to the dark ages. I'm slip where the past and future rage. Welcome to the dark ages. Welcome to the dark ages. Let's ride. Welcome to the dark ages. I'm slip where the past and future rage.
Broadcasting live from somewhere you can't find. SJR crew coming at you raw and unrefined. On the ground.
Every fucking night we move location to location. Cops stay searching but they can't catch our operation. Signals bouncing off 10 different buildings in the hood. Mixing frequencies so clean they wish they fucking could. Middle fingers to the mainstream, that shit ain't good. My posse's running cables while I'm watching from the wood. That's the sound when we hit the streets. Underground transmission got your speakers catching heat. Fuck the FCC, we stay off that hip-hop radar. Bet your ass we're going harder, fucking instigator. Got the bass so heavy that the block is fucking shaking. Every single night we're making history in the making.
Stay off that hip-hop radar. Signals moving like a fucking traitor. We stay off that hip-hop radar. Can't catch us now or catch us later.
Clowning on these bitches with the frequency disguise, while they're searching how we're staying low and staying wise. Shout out to the weed that keeps the crew's mind right. Broadcasting bangers through the darkness of the night. Ain't no satellite can track our build a revolution through sound manipulation. Encrypted channels, yeah, we're running shit proper. SJR crew, bet your ass we're fucking proper. That's the warning when the vans roll through. Quick disconnect, 20 minutes, we move smooth. Underground forever, that's the fucking master plan. Signals bouncing coast to coast across this fucking land.
Stay off that hip-hop radar. Signals moving like a fucking traitor. We stay off that hip-hop radar. Can't catch us now or catch us later.
Insane in the brain, how we dodge detection. Switch frequencies with perfect fucking intersect. Got it down to matching while your weak ass station stuck in repetition. That's the sound of revolution. Underground transmissions, our only solution. Hip-hop radar can't track what we transmit. SDR crews, the realest fucking cow.
Stay off that hip-hop radar. Signals moving like a fucking traitor. We stay off that hip-hop radar. Can't catch us now or catch us later.
Welcome to the dark ages. Welcome to the dark ages. Let's ride. Welcome to the dark ages. I'm slick, where the past and future rage.
Pulled up to the tavern in my time machine. Got the whole crew blazed on medieval green. Rasputin in the corner throwing down spells, while jade trees floating higher than church bells. Caitlin got the peasants learning how to twerk. Rose got kings and queens all doing dirty work. Ancient wisdom mixed with modern day insane. SJR crew about to make history change.
Welcome to the dark ages. Welcome to the dark ages. Let's ride. Welcome to the dark ages. I'm slick, where the past and future rage.
Mick blowing smoke signals cross the castle walls. Uncle Patriot teaching knights how to brawl. Big Kahuna got the round table turned up. KD and Jorge got the mead cups. Hard Coast crashed the party with that future tech. Rude Knock got jesters breaking their neck. We ain't leaving till the whole place lit. Medieval times ain't ready for this shit.
In my lane, you acting funny like it's some kind of game. State it up, sir, in front of my name. I keep my head up, keep getting better. Build this rap god, I'm going platinum again. You acting funny like it's some kind of game. State it up, slate it up, sir, in front of my name. Dominating your domicile, in and out just like a robbery. Call the cops now.
Well, welcome everybody to Let the Record Spin, episode number 3.
Oh, you tiki now? Go ahead, light your torch.
Hip Hop Radio Underground Show.
Let go. Sit back, relax, don't go act a fool. We gon' puff some weed and keep on acting cool. I'm on that chill shit, always keeping it real shit. The vibes going up like the smoke in the room, cause
It's the Hip Hop Radio Underground Show. It's the Hip Hop Radio Underground Show.
Yo, SGR crew, what is good? How we doing, baby? Welcome back to Hip Hop Radar Underground. I am Sack Juggalo, and tonight we got a VIP for the ages for you. The one and only Greydon Square is coming through tonight. Well, at least I hope he's coming through, because I haven't talked to him today. But he sent confirmation on everything. I seen him in the chat earlier, but I sent him an email. I haven't heard back from him, so I hope everything's okay. But how are y'all doing out there, man? How was last night? I had so much fun last night hanging out with y'all, bro. And then my homie, he was like, hey, can you take me to the weed shop on Saturday? I was like, yeah. He's like, I'll get you some weed. I was like, fire. So I went and got gas this morning, and then I went out to Sacramento to pick up my dude, like downtown Sacramento. He worked at the rail yard. And we went to the weed shop, got a nice bag of weed. Dude, they got a new product out there. I didn't have enough money to buy it. Well, because he was buying my weed, but I didn't have any money. But he was buying my weed, and I thought it would be a dick move. But they have an ounce of weed up there for $47, dude. Like multiple flavors and all kinds of shit, bro. $47, dude, before tax. So it'd probably be like close to $60 for the ounce. That's crazy. That's like half ounce prices on a whole day. Like I usually go 50% off day on my shit. You know, like I got a half ounce today. It was $30 plus tax, so it was like $45. You know, I got this shit right here. This lemon haze for your face. Yeah. Oh man, it's so good too. Look at that. Look at them nuggets. Oh man. Oh, it's so nice. It smells so good, bro. It smells like lemons and haze. That makes any sense. My brain is haze. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That is aroma filled, let me tell you. So while we're waiting on Greydon to show up, if he does show up, again, I hope everything is okay with him. I hope no emergencies came up. I just hope he forgot about it. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get into let's get into a song. I don't even know if they have one, but if they do, it'll be another 10 years, because I turned 50. I think it's 60, right? Sometimes it's 55. I should be getting there soon, though. I should be getting there soon, and that'll be even more off. That'll be dope. I wonder if they give like a military discount too. That'd be dope. I'm not military, but I let my military homies know if they did. You know. Oh shit! How you doing, Aline? So good to see you. Come here, give me hugs. Big salute to you. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Oh, I'm this little tiny screen right here. That's right. Okay. Hello. I'm up here in the corner. I'm supposed to have my dude Greydon here with us tonight, but he hasn't shown up yet. That's okay, because if he doesn't show, we're going to get him back on at some point. Again, I hope everything is okay with him, man. I always get this like weird feeling when people don't show up, because my dude out of Chicago, he was like, he didn't show up for an interview, and I didn't hear from him like for a couple days, and then he hit me up and said he was in a car accident and he broke his leg, so he'd just gotten out of the hospital and shit. And I just hope that shit ain't happening again, bro. Like, for real, for real. Because I be a big ass worry wart. I be worrying about people, you know what I'm saying? I always be like, I hope they're okay. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. My dude Greydon, man, my dude Greydon, he be fucking spitting that lyrical content. So if y'all like content with significant value, you know what I'm saying, you gonna love this shit. Let's hit this one right here called Gray Shift. This is a banger. Y'all gonna like this. Make sure you guys take advantage of the link tree in the description below. You guys will be able to find all his socials, all his music, streaming platforms. He's also a daily streamer on his channel, and his YouTube is in that link as well. So you guys looking for more content, Greydon Square. Let's go. This is Gray Shift.
Mind on my path, life's gonna test me. Gotta keep my focus, grind isn't sexy, but I wanna last. Reminds me of a different time, don't it? My whole entire being goes into this. I'm sacrificing all the time, but I wanna last. Reminds me of a different time, yeah. I often think about an afterlife, or if the past is right. Am I a slave or the master type? Sometimes the program is strong. You have to catch a glimpse of right just to notice the wrong. Bishops notice the pawns, open for harm. Oblivious, choking the songs, token and calmed, roaming the farm. Typical cattle ranch conditions, fed a simple diet of wishes and contradictions of our traditions. You hold on to them like they worth something, showing your
Hey, that's what's up, Eileen.
like a work function. Fear of being shunned and ostracized, tossed aside, just because you know all of the profit ties. Fraud and lies, the makeup of the savior trap. Stay and graze the facts, and you wonder how you prayed to that. They stole your mind, we can help you take it back, leaving the way to on your favorite tracks. Mind on my path, life's gonna test
I fucking absolutely love this hook too. This hook is so fire.
Reminds me of a different time, don't it? My whole entire being goes into this. I'm sacrificing all the time, but I wanna last. Reminds me of a different time, yeah. Leave the groupthink, their thoughts are just cluttered, and watch your complexity shift upwards. Everything we process now has to make us better, while tethered to a set of beliefs that we aim to sever. We just came to measure the deepest pains and pleasures. See a strange reef of strain, rearrange perspective, peep the game. I'm inaccessible to weaker brains, but still got the cheddar and seize the fame. You were betrayed, lied to so you would behave. The rebel in your heart subdued through a page. Spooked and afraid, you grovel like a beaten dog to even weaker gods. Model when you speak of flawed logic and reason, sins they call treason. Recognize your hell and we all even. Godspeed, you can fall in the mass. I'm all in the lab, solving the math, sparking the grass. Pardon, mind on my path, life's gonna test me. Gotta keep my focus, grind isn't sexy, but I wanna last.
Cheers to the
Reminds me of a different time, don't it? My whole entire being goes into this. I'm sacrificing all the time, but I wanna last. Reminds me of a different time. Mind on my path, life's gonna test me. Gotta keep my focus, grind isn't sexy, but I wanna last. Reminds me of a different time, don't it? My whole entire being goes into this. I'm sacrificing all the time, but I wanna last. Reminds me of a different time.
That shit is so good, bro. I love the way he writes, man. He is such like a literal thinker, you know what I'm saying? Like he really like even when he's just talking about just like progressing in life, you know what I'm saying? Like it's very logical. I fucking love it. I love it. And he's always breaking shit down, you know what I'm saying? Like he did in that last one right there. We just listened to that, The Master Paradox too. That's a really good song. That Late Night Munchies, you know, that's that stoner shit, baby. We listen to that one too. You got a favorite lead you want to listen to? You let me know. I got his releases right here. listening from work can't change. Okay, so I'm gonna just play.
Gonna go end religion. You ready? Let's do it.
Let's go.
To show you that the existence of God can be proven 100% absolutely without the use of...
The Rational Response Squad was formed to respond to irrational claims, and the most widely held irrational claim our planet faces today are those offered by religion.
I think that's enough for y'all. I don't want to have y'all heads blow up and stuff.
Boom. A rational response. Let's go.
Unified theory. Rational Response Squad's newest member. My name is Greydon Square, and I'ma always give it to you straight. Check it. Yo, I'm like the atheist spokesman. That's why I come under fire and pressure attacks like Rex Grossman. Haha, yeah, this game is intense. I've been saying this since agnostic people been playing the fence. They keep saying it's the same in the sense that evolution requires faith that the universe just came to exist. First of all, microevolution's been proven in the same way that sound waves let you listen to music. And macroevolution is the system of change at or above the level of species inflicted with change. That's microevolution on the grand scale. We can't even word because our lifespan's too short to observe. But carbonating is flawed. Its half-life is 5,730 years, and that's about our cause. Now that'd be great if we used it to date, but since we don't, then I'ma question that argument's weight. We use potassium argon to date the globe, not carbon.
I love that shit. He's like, you know, that shit's a bit out of date. I'm gonna question that. I got some other theories for you, my guy. This dude is fucking intelligent as shit, bro.
Date, but since we don't, then I'ma question that argument's weight. We use potassium argon to date the globe, not carbon 12 or carbon 14, not none of those. So before you attack, great, go get your facts straight, because in the facts race, your God comes in the last place. Believe in gods, we can fix that. Irrational thoughts, we can dispatch. It may be hard, but
come on, man.
Get back in the position just to end that. Believe in gods, we can fix that. Irrational thoughts, we can dispatch. It may be hard, but we'll get back in the position just to end. Look, to battle me, you need the reason clearly. Now, I'm not saying fear me, but at least be versed in punctuated equilibrium theory.
Yeah, dog. Come on, man. This dude he's snapping, bro. This is his first shit back 5 years ago. That's wild, bro.
Reason clearly. Now I'm not saying fear me, but at least be versed in punctuated equilibrium theory, grand unified fields, quantum mechanics and dark planets, with logic that's sharper than the blade of D'Artagnan's to destroy arguments of creationists who can't stand it. Then they try to hit me with the wager. Who?
That's the beautiful thing about conversation, right? Because here's a thing, a lot of people like to say, like, oh yeah, I understand what you're saying, but really have no idea what you're talking about. And I'll be the first one to be like, I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? I really don't have any, you know what I'm saying, problem saying I never heard of that. Could you explain it to me further, please? You know, and I think Greydon would be one of them dudes who could absolutely explain it in great detail. What kind of beat would you call this? I like it. I like it too. I don't know, man. But it does have that pop to it, that bounce to it. You know what I'm saying? But you're bouncing, but also kind of learning some shit too. It's fire.
Who can't stand it. Then they try to hit me with the wager. Who? Pascal's wager. Who? Pascal's wager.
Now
Come
that's
on,
a man.
Fool's bet. And against the intelligent, it's used less. Really? You bet. That ain't nothing new. They use it on kids. But for those who don't know, it goes a little like this. Wouldn't you rather believe in God and be wrong than to not believe in God and be wrong? If you believe in God and you're wrong, you've lost nothing. But if you don't believe and you're wrong, it's all suffering.
He said, let me get it to you layman style, bro. Let me give it to you. Let me break it down like you would a child. Come on, man.
The problem is you can try it on anything. Switch the gods around and apply it to anything. The flying spaghetti monster, Zeus, Amen, Ra, Krishna, Odin, Baal, and then Allah. Which one of them's our God? None of them all false. And blame it on the atheists. It's always our fault. Except it never is. So don't get mad at us. We just showing y'all the evidence. Believe in gods, we can fix that. Irrational thoughts, we can dispatch. It may be hard, but we'll get back dispatch. It may be hard, but we'll get back in the position just to end that.
I like
Unified theory. Rational response squad. I'ma make the fundies hate me. They gon' need a new reason to shut down rap. But they won't shut down rap that degrades women though, huh?
Right.
They won't shut down rap that talks about selling crack though, huh?
Yeah.
Hypocrites. It's all good. Grand unified. I'm grand unified. Grand unified. Greydon Square. Grand unified theory.
That shit fire. All right. I believe in God. But here's the thing.
Hey.
I appreciate that he voices his opinion and he puts it out there for the world. You know what I'm saying? That is what it is about. You know, take in all the information, right? Do what you will with it. You may be right, you may be wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be wrong, you know? But yeah, man, I like the fact that he just put it all out there, man. And no, you ain't make me mad, bro. Like I think of like religion a little bit differently than others, you know what I'm saying? I think. But I ain't gonna get into it, you know what I'm saying? But I like the fact that your writing is so fucking cohesive and everything that you say, you know, coincides with the last thing you said, and you're telling the story of, you know, how you believe the world looks. And I fucking love that shit, man. I think I said that right. I've been smoking a lot of weed. My dude, he bought 2 fucking vape pens, dude, and we were hitting that motherfucker before the live. Let me tell you, I don't really fuck with vape pens, but I don't know, I took probably like 4 or 5 hits off them things, and I'm pretty high. And I smoke this joint now. Oh, and I smoked one joint before. That's right. Here's one. Here's 2. I got another one rolled, ready to go. I don't know how long you guys want to kick it. But, we can kick it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I got some weed to smoke. I got the people to hang out with. See, look, he go live a lot too, man. He's always going live and doing his thing, bro. Y'all should definitely go over there and check it out. He be going live like when I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? He be calling this shit office hours. That shit hilarious. I'm like, well, it makes sense. You know, you got to be there. So apparently he's from Compton, because I see Compton scattering up there, and then the Compton effect. So if he's down in LA, that's pretty fire. California, baby. All right. Well, play another video. We're gonna play that Late Night Munchies, cause I'm stoned as shit.
Yeah. Sci-fi.
This is called Low Technology. Let's go.
Pitus.
Scientific.
Check. Who's holding? Let's break it up and roll it. Flame to the blunt, we frozen. We came to the skunk beholding. Lit in tradition of Mr. X, flipping simple text, absent the drama of contention or vengeful death. She's legend, a plant received in deference, the flower girl that barely sees the credit. Mary Jane rarely wanes, proud thinkers while you carry shame. A rabbit packet crew could barely tame.
Just say no, I was told to say so. The Clintons really pimped it, kingpin it, and they know. Grown folks laughing ecstatic as they roll. Chaperoning birthday parties for some 8-year-olds. Middle school was typical, pimples and clipping fools. Freestyling in the lunchroom, minimal minerals. I was a shy guy, uncool in general. After they heard me spit, I avoided the ridicule.
I understand you're unaware of why we like to smoke weed. Now hold your lighters up so they can feel the fire beneath. I'm inspired to tell you why I smoke a joint every day, so I can escape from the uneducated points that you make. I need to raise my mental pride property's not properly appraised. Greens are growing in the front yard and the backyard is a grave. If you could loosen up the noose a little and let us slip out our lives, smoking trees so we don't cut them down before they reach the sky.
Cannabis connoisseur, marijuana cures all this pain inside. I ain't do it, that's for sure.
That's what I've been saying. I'm not really a stoner. I'm a connoisseur. Like, I've turned down weed. I'm like, nah, I don't want to smoke that. You know what I'm saying? Like, weed heads be like, yeah, I'll smoke that. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll have zero weed. Like, I've literally thrown garbage weed in the garbage. My homie Chris too, man, he's turned out to be a connoisseur as well. He's like, nah, we got some weed from this dude. He's like, here's some weed. And we're like, okay. And not to be rude, we took it. But then we spray painted it glow in the dark, and we're going to put it on our fucking race car track like it's some type of alien weed. And we'll have the black lights out there, and it'll be like black light reflective. It'll look like glowing weed, because it'll be actually weed, but we spray painted it with glow in the dark paint. That shit fire, bro. That's connoisseur shit. We're like, this don't even look good. Let's just spray paint it and make it like some weed trees all in the field. Come on, man. Come on, man.
So we don't cut them down before they reach the sky.
Cannabis connoisseur, marijuana cures all this pain inside. I ain't do it, that's for sure. Medication in this package is in compliance with law. Therefore, I get to smoke my reefer without stressing at all. Normally people tell me I'm quiet, but the weed's loud. Freestyle whenever the blunt and the trees out. You know the team's wild, indoor no greenhouse. So if you think you're rolling up Reggie's, then you could leave now.
You can't bring that stress weed over here, bro.
Of course, we are beings emanating from source. Known to the worldly as anti-primes. Rivals can't be fine. Heat at the frozen, they probably can't decide. Or stand beside us or face a wrath on adjacent path. We're known to clash with them in Jason masks. Respect the supper, save for last. We puff the vapors fat. Us pass, how could you ever fix your face to ask?
The nature's gassed, an 8-inch or two escape the grass. Endangered math, the surfer sure of the waves who crash. We ready to chief up with a can of gar in hand and jar. We up at the beachfront on planet Mars while you stand afar. Completely north to vape compulsions of the universe. Discreetly torch to face some notion that your doom is dirt. Blue dream crossing red darkness equals night terror. Who brings droppings as often as these mic bearers?
I would appreciate if you can never decide for me again, or I could defy every measure that you've intended to implement. Send your sirens to silence the highest person, pretend that inside you aren't a criminal. Hit this bong and descend. Suffer the cuffs that cut them just for liking the screen. I've discovered wonders tightly packed up inside of these weeds. I figured I'd puff it just because it sucks for you more than me. A forest fire is nothing compared to puffing with weed.
I was smoking before the state tolerated it. Who you think you're playing with? Low text on a major tip. To keep it all 1,000, I was blazing while I made this hit. Cause puffing up a session while I write up's my creative gift. Love it soon as I feel it. See it, it's all killing. Couple dabs and I'm gone, got me higher than vaulted ceilings. Spit lyrics with the purpose, cause if not, it ain't worth it. Cutting grass to find the serpent's face hiding behind the curtain.
Puffin' the Durban, nothing certain. Touch of a surgeon when I emerge and clutch of verbiage. Sunk in the words. We just found our own lane to roll while you jump in the curb. It's nothing to learn, just slump and observe. Much of the herb gets blown through, sipping homebrew. Low technology lifted is no news. Own crews on the lyric front. It's a cold view if you peer enough. Foes know the whole crew is virulous.
Late night munchies, let's take a break, I'm starving. Bacon, tasty terpenes and fragrant hydrocarbons. Euphoric, relaxed and sleepy, a king among hybrids. Piney scent like forests of lacquered heath trees. Caviar to settle scores of dead end wars. Set on course, tours of head of worries, severed shores. Low technology honestly is devouring. Louder sound waves flowering your surroundings.
Look at them all involved in a fight, it's about their rights. Hooked on a problem caused by the people you qualify to fall in line and let this life control you. A 9 to 5 doesn't work if I can't define and sculpt you. Towering over these flowers, I've dropped a rope to coach you. Scouring countless hours for roaches left unaccounted to blow through. Empowering all of the ones who haven't tried it to light it, ignite this fire, let it guide you through your bias.
Picture me sober and not rolling up the doja. If it's stressed, it gives you closure and makes your eyelids lower. Grams, ounces to the pounds. My whole team burns it down. Getting elevated while we educate you with the sound. It's low text, but we stay high. May I display my skills? You know they way fly. Experimenting with strains to find the perfect mix of perp and piff. Connect Dutches and then birth the spliff.
Yeah, right there. Sci-fi. Who? I don't know how that. I think it's Perps. I think Greydon Square and Scientific. I don't know this name. That's really. It's all numbers. It's 14051. P4JA5. I have no clue what that name is. That's amazing, though. That's amazing. That is a jam right there. You guys need some more Greydon Square? You guys need some more? I know you do. I know you do. I wonder if Late Night Munchies has a channel. Let's try this. Let's try this. How y'all doing, man? Anybody do anything interesting today? Greg says hot as fuck outside. It was a beautiful day. 81 degrees. It was fucking amazing. Let's see here. Maybe the channel's called Low Technology. I think it is. Okay, so the group is called Low Technology. I'm going to subscribe. I want to drop this link into the chat if you guys are feeling that last one. There's that. It looks like they haven't posted in a while. 7 years ago. But they got another one called Oranges. You guys want to see oranges? Let's do oranges. Come on.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. We're for promotion, baby. Let's go.
Grand unified theory. Low technology. Look. Large enough to have an artist stuck like Spartacus. Pardon the rush. The malice we harbor be barbarous. Rush with speed, stuck in sea while we puff the tree. You huff at me, you getting fucked with a turducken speed. Sullen while you suffer defeat. I understand, I've been there. Bludgeoned by your luck and intrigue. Preserve your plan and then care. Inaccurate stare like a cancerous scare. Study the riddle, the answer is there. Stable, I'll lay low till I'm the best able.
You know he. Okay, hold on. Let's see what you said, Greydon, because I caught most of it. You're. Come on.
Your luck and intrigue. Preserve your plan and then care. Inaccurate stare like a cancerous scare. Study the riddle, the answer is there.
Hold on.
Getting fucked with a turducken speed. Sullen while you suffer defeat. I understand, I've been there. Bludgeoned by your luck and intrigue. Preserve your plan and then care. Inaccurate stare like a cancerous scare. Study the riddle.
I gotta write this one out. I can't remember exactly what he's saying, but he's saying, dude, come on, Greydon, come on. Hold on. It starts right here. It starts after he gets done blowing out this weed, and hold on.
With a turducken speed, sullen while you suffer defeat. I understand, I've been there. Bludgeoned by your luck and intrigue. Preserve your.
Bludgeoned by your luck, right? So bad luck.
Bludgeoned by by your luck and intrigue. Preserve your plan and then care. And
Preserve your plan and then care. They said the riddle's there.
accurate stare like a cancerous scare.
Accurate stare, like cancerous stare? What?
Care. An accurate stare like a cancerous scare. Study.
Oh, a stare like a cancerous scare. The answer is there. I'm gonna have to think about that one. I'm not really good at riddles, though, to be honest with you. Darrell, what happened, brother? Big salute, DJ Goofy Kid. How you been? You having a good weekend? Big salute. Man, Greydon over here twisting my brain up.
Bludgeoned by your luck and intrigue. Preserve your plan and then care. An accurate stare like a cancerous scare. Study the riddle, the answer is there. Stable, I'll lay low till I'm the best able to ever hover a chess table. Until then, shit's more grounded and less fable. Of course my theory is sound. You in a daze, I'm asking questions.
Oh, that's
like
fire. Hell
curious
yeah.
child.
Horseback riding is
Page.
fire.
I hate to see the student engaged, perusing for days. The bigots, idiots, and fools get enraged. I seek the tools to push the human forth. The seer sees the truth, of course. That free is non-existent like a unicorn.
Precision skills for purity testing. Witness a besting from a bell of obscure aliens nesting. Drip invest into a vein of manifesting.
Yeah, they from LA. You got the Clippers banner right there. Come on.
Dressing. Dare dive deeply, nurturing seedlings if your interest peaking. Rare find seeking, murderous MCs for the filth and reaping. Mission accepted, no check collected. Intercepted, defeat with the mural of neural weapons. We're sly savages with high averages. Violence mattresses with bed bugs and blood pathogens. Biohack, swipe my palm to buy a fire sack of private batch. As long as you don't come across the wiretap. Dire facts, there'll never be peace with giants. Too heady to be compliant. Who's ready for leaps in science? Increase the vibrance, delete the C as we decrease the violence. A feat complete where teachers teach aspirants.
Half human, half AI. Prepared for the lost soldier. Technology that doesn't need Iverson for the crossover. It's geodetic earth division when I'm learning physics. Might blast out the ozone, so I figured it's my best decision. Our scientific discipline is why you're listening. Low technology, storing our knowledge in your citizens. So when we brainwash, you know it's only with facts. And whatever time it takes for sound to get to you and back. I had the track master before Gray had to mix it. Going in for my next belt, so I have to kick it.
Hey, we
Rock
gotta
the
get
beat
these
with
guys back
precision.
together.
We're
This is
always
so
on the
fire.
rhythm. Sci-fi, great Pitus. Hip-hop collision. Never stressing the opposition. Don't make us treat you like the pot that we don't got to piss in. Light years ahead of the competition. Or any unit of length you use to measure time and distance.
Prepare for war, it'll cost an organ. The sword ignores you, but towards the end it'll take your organs. Prepare your forges, the gorgeous lights of the flame when it torches. Hordes of ignorant people, all because their minds are unsorted. Horror can lie in any type of light. The sacrifice is never the sire, it's some kid that's willing to give up his life. So board your flights and
it was
hope
great,
that a poor
Darrell.
design doesn't
I got a
leave you
bag of
cornered
weed.
and forced to pick
I
a
got
lord
my
that
homie.
doesn't right.
It couldn't have been better.
I've just untucked you from your bedding
I
of
gotta go to
lies.
weed
Can
shop.
sever the ties that come with this monster because it barely hides.
woke
The
up
perilous
kinda late,
parasites
like
prepare to
7:30.
leave you paralyzed.
pretty good.
Americanized, staring at terrors arise. Pull up a seat with me and watch the worlds collide. As you're conquering your own fears, I'm here to join you on this ride. Look at the choices you've been given, or you can ignore all of the signs. Just know that you might defeat us all, but we will never be taken alive.
Yeah, that shit fire, bro. That shit fire, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we gotta get these guys back together, man. The last thing they put out was 2 years ago. It was a low technology GU live stream. And, right? I like that stutter ass jump shit. Yeah, we gotta get these dudes back together, man. That shit's fire. And see, the dude I was going to interview today, and again, Greydon, I hope everything is cool with you, man. Hope you just forgot, bro, or maybe the time was, I don't know, but I just hope you're okay. Okay, brother? Hit me up when you can. and we can reschedule this because I think we have a great discussion. On top of that, we both fucking weed heads. Come on, my guy. Come on, my guy. That shit gonna be fire, bro. Y'all ready for another one? We got another one right here. It's called Summer's Ending. Let's go. Kieran. That's the second Kieran I've seen. Facts, Gregory, facts. Fire. Yeah, shout out to Greydon Square, man. My apologies to y'all for, not having them on camera when we went live. And again, Greydon, I hope everything is okay, my friend. I can't wait to talk to you, dude. It's going to be a great conversation, bro. It's going to be fire. But, I'm going to get up out of here. Probably get something to eat. It's almost 6. Now I'm good and stoned. I'm ready to eat something. Yeah. But we'll be live again tomorrow. We do have another interview tomorrow at, what time? I think it's at 6. Let me just double check. Yes, 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. We're going to have vocalist Soul Tree come through. Soul Tree, like a tree with soul, not sultry. You know what I'm saying? She's going to be coming through tomorrow, and the live's already posted. So if you guys want to press the notification bell to be notified, we'll be that. Oh, wait a second. Hold on, wait a second. Greydon just stepped into the room. Hold on. Welcome, my friend. Welcome.
What's going down?
Yo, Greydon, how are you doing, bro?
Hey, my bad, bro. I totally thought that I had scheduled something that overlapped. I truly apologize, brother.
Hey, man, I am just happy you were okay, because the last time this happened, a guy hit me up a couple days later, said I was in the hospital for the last couple days. So I was like,
shit.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, Greydon, I just hope you forgot, bro. Like, I hope there's nothing serious happened.
Oh, yeah.
So
No. I actually work on the weekends. I have a software, basically I have a software engineering company. And
nice.
The only real time that I get a chance to work with my coders is on the weekend. So, that was kind of what I was doing. And then, just totally got the times mixed up. So I apologize. You got me for as long as you want me. So
hey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And I know that your time is valuable, dude. So we've been playing your music, and I gotta say that over the last, I don't know, probably 6 months or so, we've kind of gotten into your catalog, and I love the way you write, bro. Like, the way you just write things out. Like, there's a lot of stuff I may disagree with you in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're atheist. I believe, whatever. But even the way you put your thoughts on paper, dude, it's fucking so dope, bro. Like, it really is, dude. Thank you for doing what you do, man.
Well, thank you for thanking me. And I will say this, that I find the more interesting conversations I have today are with theists and creationists. I mean, it's easy to talk to someone who shares your same belief system. I think it's far more insightful for people across ideological and essentially, ontological ideas to be able to communicate with each other and be able to say, hey, I think this way about reality. You think this way about reality. Let's talk about it.
Absolutely. And if there's
I see you got a Rick and Morty shirt on. I got a Star Trek Deep Space Nine shirt on. So
that's what's up. Yeah, I told my mom to come by. I was like, if you want to meet another Trekkie, Mom, you need to come through tonight. So,
is she a Trekkie?
Yeah, she loves it.
Oh,
she loves them all too.
We just became best friends. Tell your mother I said we just became best friends.
I will absolutely do that. I've noticed that you are from the LA area.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet, man. I was born in Long Beach, so we kind of got that connection there. Yeah, my mom's from LA. La Habra area, and so we got that connection. Now I live in Sacramento, so I'm about 600 miles north of you, but we're still Cali boys, and I'm loving what you're doing. Also, I want to say we need to get Low Tech back together, or cut some more records, because we were listening to some of that shit. That shit's so fire, bro.
Oh, bro, I appreciate that. Is there a link in which I could share for if people wanted to watch along?
Yeah, the first link I sent you in that email
Okay,
should be
I can
the
grab it.
to live. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can grab it. I wanted to share that in my Discord.
I appreciate you.
But
And
yeah, you know, what's funny is low technology. So it kind of gets into a conversation about the structure of Grand Unified Theory as an organization.
Okay.
And basically, it kind of speaks to sort of low technology isn't a rap group.
Oh.
It's a house, a sanctioned house of Grand Unified. And so Grand Unified Theory is set up to where it's a community of communities. So you have low technology, Grand Unified. You have Beyond the Sleth, right? You have the Valkyrie. You have the Progeny of Ancients. You have Reaper Legion. You have the Gaia Union, TXI. Like there are different flavors of Grand Unified Theory.
Okay.
And basically, low technology is just one iteration. That's like myself, Sci-Fi, EOC Pitus, Soundwave Zero, Kizzle the MC, Johnny Hoax, people like that. And, because Grand Unified is such a dynamic organization, things change. People will switch houses and things like that every now and then. But for the most part, each house serves a particular function within the overall organization. And that's how we set it up.
I like that. That's fire. Everybody's got their part to do, and it works like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work in theory. I mean, I don't know if it actually. There are times where you can do everything right and still get it wrong. So
that is facts. I mean, but we are humans, so that's what we do, right? So let me ask you this: you've been in the game for quite some time. When was it you fell in love with music and wanted to do it for a career?
It's interesting because, first of all, it's a great question. I think it explores the origins and the roots of my passion and my love for art. But I think it goes back to being in the choir. I was singing in the choir in front of the congregation at 5.
Nice.
So I was never, I'm not going to say I was never shy, because I was absolutely shy, but I was never shy in performing.
Okay.
Right. Once the lights came on, it was like, oh, okay, this is what I came to this planet to do.
That's what's up.
And so it kind of started there. I taught myself how to play piano, classic piano, when I was 7, 8, 9 years old.
You taught yourself. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I got into hip hop shortly after. I was the 90s. I was born in 81. And, that was basically the end of the last century. And the turn of the century brought in sort of a new era of hip hop for me to explore. I am what is considered, I guess, 4th generation hip hop, right? If you look at it from 77 to 84, 85, and then 84, 85 up to 91, 92, then 91, 92 all the way up to 96, 97, and then 97, 98 up to 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
So I start 2004, 2005. Okay. And there's a lot of people who came up who were students of the people from the 90s. Right. I am a student of Sifu Cannabis. That is my instructor. That is my Sifu, my teacher. And so for me, studying under that lineage, studying under that tree, there was a certain type of hip hop that I wanted to articulate. I wanted to be like. And Cannabis was the dude. I mean, I remember being, 14, 15 years old when I first heard his verse on Gone Till November, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember it by heart because it was one of the first katas. It was one of the first rhymes that I remembered from him that truly changed my life. But he said, as the universe expands, I contemplate whether it was God or the Big Bang that made man. Sometimes I wonder how come we can't live without guns. What would have been the outcome if the South won? Think about that, son. What in the hell caused the assassination of Malcolm? The Federal Communications Commission listens to politicians in a position to make certain decisions, like putting minorities in prison. The decimating the population of women is called socialism. From the United States to the United Kingdom, a hawk spit into the sky and extinguish the sun. But how come?
That's powerful shit. And that's about the real hip hop shit, right? Like, you go back, Public Enemy wasn't talking this booty shaking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when they was kind of like, you know, talking about community shit, they may have some up-tempo stuff that you could dance to, but they're still feeding you like information you need to hear, you know? And that's the beautiful part about hip-hop, I think, is that you're going to hear, well, at least now on the underground tip, you find all a sort, it's like vast, you know? When I started this 6 years ago, I had no idea the amount of talent in the world. I mean, it's on every continent. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And we only get to see a fraction of that through the big screen, you know? And it's sad that a lot of people won't step back from that screen and look over here real quick and just look at the immense talent like yourself and others around you, you know, just killing it down in LA, which is a great place to be able to get your name out.
For the record, I live in Phoenix now. I haven't lived in LA in almost a decade.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I do want to clear that up because
Phoenix
I grew up in
also
LA. Yeah. I grew up in LA. I was born and raised in LA. Like, I'm from Compton and all of that shit. But in about 2013, 2014, I saw the writing on the wall. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Okay, I got you. I got you, bro. I got you. And feel free to smoke weed and cuss, and I don't care about none of that. Just be yourself. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yes, sir.
An MA rating. I'll appreciate it.
Absolutely. It says 18 plus stream in the description. So
anybody I share this with, if they're coming from the GU community, they know about the Big Norge.
You already know. Let's go. And I want to welcome Fee Woman Fee and Karma versus Casualty. Thank y'all for coming through and hanging out with us tonight. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. We got the one himself, Greydon Square, man. We've been playing your records, and we went back to the first album. What was it? The Compton Effect.
Compton Effect, yeah.
Man, that first track on there, boy. You was talking, bruh.
Yeah.
Talking.
Well, it's interesting because people tend to listen as if they're introduced to my music in more recent times. They tend to listen from the present going backwards.
Sure.
And while that's totally cool, I do appreciate people who go back and listen from the Compton Effect straight through, because it shows my progression as an artist and what I was sort of experimenting with my art.
Absolutely.
When you come into my art on the Compton Effect, I am going through a deconversion from my religious perspective. And so you hear that coming out in my music. I think a lot of people thought that it was like a gimmick. Like I just decided like one day, I'm going to go be an atheist rapper because that's going to make me different.
From the first time I heard that track, I've only heard it once, but from just a minute ago when I heard that track, I believed you believed every word you said.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the... You can't call that gimmick. When you believe what you're saying, it's not gimmicky.
Well, there are people who believe their own gimmicks. You know, I mean, this is the thing about pro wrestling, and I love pro wrestling. But there are people who buy their own gimmick, and you detach from the reality of
you get caught
the
up
human,
in the emotional
that it
part
takes.
Of it.
Yeah. Well, there's a level of humanity that this takes from me.
Right.
Especially in LA. I tell people all the time, man. Fucking the entertainment industry, and I say this as an atheist, is demonic.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
Well, they straight up put the horns on and everything on that motherfucker. You know
well, and that's for the symbolism. That's for people who believe in that symbolism, right?
Right.
I'm saying as a secular individual, they're fucking demonic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So no, it ain't. It's not really across religious or existential lines. This really has to do with the fact that they believe in a lot of demonic practices. They, do a lot of shit. When it comes to kids and like young people,
like humiliation rituals. And stuff like that.
Just trafficking them through the entertainment industry and abusing them along the way, and then basically chucking them out when there's nothing left but a husk of a human being there.
Right.
There's too many cases that we've seen of Hollywood doing this shit to child stars, child actors, and all that type of shit. So
end up on
to me,
drugs and a shaved head.
Yeah. Like I as much as I appreciate home, and it is home, it will forever be home. I'm from Compton. I'm from LA. That is just what it is. Yeah. But I also don't feel like the environment and the culture there around entertainment really wants to change at all. And I needed my full faculties undistracted in order to do the things that I wanted to do in life. And I couldn't, there was no way I could stay there and do that.
And Phoenix is a great place for music as well. I know a couple of folks out there, and they're having a good time and being able to find some places to perform and move their music. Are you finding it the environment more friendly out there?
For music?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, brother, I haven't been a full-time musician since 2020.
Oh, okay.
I am fortunate enough to be able to pay my bills with music.
Nice.
I am fortunate enough to be able to live off of music and never have to really release another record for the rest of my life if I don't want to, right?
That's what I'm fucking talking
But
about.
I also have other things that I'm doing in life that require so much attention, you know, 5, 6, 7 hour days of just devoting myself and time to it, that look, I'll be 44 this year. I've put in close to 20 years in music. This will be coming up will be my 10th studio album, solo album.
Wow.
I'll be okay, you know. And I've been fortunate enough to make music in a time where, you know, you made a little bit more money when you sold a record, or when you got plays, or you got quarterly royalties and mechanical rights and stuff like that. So quarterly checks look pretty decent, you know, royalties look pretty decent. And I'm just trying to do my own numbers and stay off the radar, because I don't want anybody to know about me who shouldn't know about me.
Right. And you mentioned that in one of the records we was listening to about how, you know, nobody basically wants a free thinker on a fucking hip hop no more, you know, and I got your number, bitch, you know, type shit. Like, don't worry, I'm still doing me. And, you know, I apologize to you that it took me so fucking long to get to your music. But shout out to the SGR crew, because they brought me your music and I fucking instantly fucking was like, I'm a fan.
Damn. Well, I appreciate that. You know, who'd you say the crew was?
It's the SJR crew. It's our little crew here. Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, shout out to the SJR crew from Grand Unified.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
we're very much appreciative for the organic networking, because to me, that's where it comes from. I don't want you to see from an advertisement my music.
Exactly.
To me, your defenses are up. And, you know, when you try to advertise to someone, it's like, you know, your defenses are up.
Yeah.
And my particular perspective is, I have a hard enough time conversion rate trying to convince you when your defenses are down.
Right.
The last thing I need is extra barriers that will get in the way.
Exactly.
Of, you know, me exposing you to my music. So I think organic, people you trust telling you to check it out, and then you checking it out on your own terms, is always the best way.
It's also I apologize. Go ahead.
You're good. You're good. No, I was just going to say, I also feel like that is the more retention, that has the highest retention rate of people finding you organically, as opposed to through advertising.
Absolutely. And you're right. The strongest relationship between supporter and artist couldn't be more strong than it is today, because no amount of I've noticed you go live quite a bit. You call it office hours.
Office hours.
I fucking
I
love
office
dude.
hours.
I'm like, I always get the notification while I'm at work. I'm like, damn, I'm in my office hours too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but we'll get
I gotta
there.
work. I mean, at least I can fucking stream, you know.
Facts, bro. And that I think is the best way to build those relationships with the people who support what you do, because there's no amount of media that'll be ever to tear you down, because they know the real you. They spent hundreds of hours with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've always made myself pretty accessible. I don't try to hide behind the sort of veneer of like, oh, I'm a star and I'm you know, a special person and you can only. No, I do treat, you know, my access like a privilege. So if a person abuses that access, I just remove that access to me. But
Absolutely.
Outside of that, I try to interact and reply to every comment I get, every email that I get, every fan mail that I get. I have people who've named their children after me, and it's like, you get to a certain point where you appreciate every single person that does that, and I don't take that for granted. So for me, it's I'm very fortunate that the people who know about me know about me. But at the end of the day, I sort of understand what lane I fall in. I have no illusions about myself. And so when I get on office hours, it's just more of just being myself. I'm in my office, I'm working on either my comic books or my software and
I was
or
going to
music.
ask you about the comic books. Great segue. What, would you like to expand on it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I did see some illustrations on your IG and stuff like that, so I wanted to bring that up. Yeah, do you got anything you would like to share with them, like screenshots, anything I can give you access?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to put me up on the main screen, I can show sort of what we've sort of done here.
Okay. Go away, thingy. What are you doing? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. There you go.
All right. So this is the first IP, the first intellectual property of Majestic Comics. It's called Extropy and Entropy. And I wrote this with one other person, and then two other people helped create it, right? And I'm in a business relationship with two of those people, so full transparency here.
Hey.
But myself, Tombstone the Dead Man, and Structure formed Majestic Comics, and alongside Gabe Sandoval, we basically put this comic together about a story we came up regarding sort of two main characters. And the general idea behind the comic is that there was a particular type of science that was forbidden to progress beyond a certain point within these two different species galaxy between their worlds. And basically there was a line that shouldn't have been crossed, and this character decides he wants to cross that line and explore things that were, previously outlawed or forbidden,
like blood magic.
Highly advanced technology that
Right.
would, if something goes wrong, threaten the galaxy,
The
right?
fabric of
And so
time.
yeah, and so real high stakes existential type stuff. And so the character on the left, Lord Entropy, confronts Grey of Extropia, and there's a pretty big confrontation between the two civilizations and the two worlds. And so this story kind of explores that, and goes into some pretty deep existentialism. If I show just a couple pages from it, so people can just kind of see.
Look at that art; is fire too.
Yeah, it really is beautiful. Like I will say personally that if anybody doubts that we're taking this seriously, in my opinion, I just feel like they've never seen our actual work, because we take it extremely seriously, and we want to tell a good story with great art, and we don't want to just say, oh, we're doing a vanity comic book.
Right.
That was the big thing that myself and Tombstone really wanted to make sure, is that people didn't think that we were just doing a vanity
And original story too.
right.
Like that's hard to even come up with nowadays, because how many comic books have been created and how many stories have been told, but now you're coming up with that new, you know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Well, I will say this comic book is telling a story I don't believe has been told before, because the main plot device of the story is something we invented from the ground up. So in my opinion, in no way am I comparing myself to the great Gene Roddenberry, but Gene Roddenberry created something, the warp drive for the starships, right? He came up with this concept in his story. And so we kind of did the same thing with this particular science. This isn't a science in hand wave only. This is a science that we literally built from the ground up.
That's wild.
Governs the entirety of the stories and the reality of Extropy and Entropy.
That's wild.
And so it gets revealed throughout the telling of the story. This particular science is my favorite fucking panel right here.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is my favorite panel.
You could grab any of these stills, throw it in a frame and on a wall, no problem.
I you know what? I really believe that, and I appreciate that. But when we were doing this, we were absolutely trying to push not only art, but just the quality of higher order storytelling.
Right.
And so that's where you sort of get our storytelling perspective from. But I also feel like we've tried to do things like, let me pull up one more for you just so you can see. That was issue 0. Let's do issue 1. So like, this is the next issue in that. And let's see here. Yeah. It's so weird to see my name and of course my brother's names and shit on here. Where it's like I've been on a record cover, you know what I mean, but I've never been on a comic book.
Now that wish has come true too. Now that's what's up.
Yeah. So.
Well,
but
I do have your link
Mm-hmm.
tree in the description of this video, so everybody make sure you tap into that. Follow my dude on all his socials. Hit his website. Get that comic book. All that good stuff. You know, support the guy and what he's doing. He's putting a lot of work and time into it. You also said you got a security agency, cybersecurity. Or something?
No. I develop software, so I'm working on. Yeah. I'm working on an app actually.
Oh, wow.
That's for not just my comic book, but comic books in general. I can't say too much right now.
Okay.
But I will say that it is a very unique experience for comic books, and it doesn't exist out in the wild right now.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yes.
Yes.
And I've been working on this for 2.5 years almost.
On the level of difficulty putting an app together, what would you say it would be from 1 to 10?
10, 12,
12,
50.
50. Oh, my
mean,
goodness.
It's the dumbest shit ever. And if you don't have a genius with you that also understands at a level like that, like, you know, shout out to my coder. I'm sure they don't want to be, you know, outed, so I won't dox them or out them in that way. But
sure,
they are one of the smartest people, if not the smartest person I've ever met. They are 1 degree removed from one of the smartest people on planet Earth.
Well, shout out to your genius brain, my friend. That's what's up. We need those people in this world, man.
You do, and you need those type of people if you want to build any sort of like well-running and well-logicked system. And so that's what we've been doing. Shout out to Manifest Software. I mean, I feel like we're building something special. So,
hey,
you know, I don't know if I'm going to be a tech bro, but if I am, I'll be a cool one.
Fucking hey, you'll probably be the coolest one. That ain't no cap.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm not gonna have any sort of like, you know, weird rituals and shit that I'm doing. I'm just gonna smoke a lot of weed and write stories.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Storytellers, man. The world needs them, man, and we appreciate them over here. And you said you have one more album coming out. Is that coming out this year?
Later this year, I do.
Okay.
So I released an album last year. Maybe it was early this year. Maybe it was early this year. Maybe it was late last year. It was like November. No, I think it was Christmas. I released that album. But basically, it was called Vox Luminous. Now, if you're listening to the Compton Effect, don't go from Compton Effect to Vox Luminous.
Right.
In my opinion, it's just not fair to everything in between. And if you are listening to me for the first time and you want to take the journey of Greydon Square, so be it. You know, go from the Compton Effect, CPT theorem, Kardashev scale, you know, Mandelbrot set, Compton scattering, you know, or Mandelbrot set, Ryukin versus Omniverse, Compton scattering, City on the Type of Forever, right? Vox Luminous. That's the order that you should listen in.
Okay.
But if you are sort of like, I just want to, you know, sort of pick and sort of buffet it just to see certain things, in my opinion, Vox Luminous is my favorite album right now, probably because I just did it. But also just because I feel like I have not been a better lyricist or MC in my entire life.
It's going to get hard to do, my guy, because I listen to your old shit and it's fire, bro. Like, I don't know how you can get better, but I'm looking forward to taking the journey, my dude. That's just facts.
Type 2 and Type 3 absolutely shits on everything before it.
Really? Okay, man.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to get to it. In fact,
absolutely.
In fact, let's just, you got time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, is this something I'm going to be able to hear, or do I got to
sir.
put on the stream in order? Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'll slap it. What are you getting ready to play?
Well, we're going to play the one you want me to play off of, is it Vox Luminous?
Vox Luminous.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Vox Luminous. Yeah, you can play this one. You can play
heard
that.
that?
One. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And you can
I'll
see
mute
it
myself.
and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got us both on the screen. And let's see here. What song was it again?
The song that we were going to listen to, Vox Luminous, if you were going to play that one.
Oh, the first one. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Make sure you guys take advantage of that link in the description. This is my dude, Greydon Square. This is Vox Luminous. Let's go.
Gray, Quetzalcoatl and Montezuma, Constantinople, Kai Persephone, Ra Medusa. Stay hypocrisy, mocking me as they cock the Luga. A singular body trying to stop us with stock minutia. If it's spitting bars, then I'll hock it to ya. Rock the tuba, orchestrating the block maneuver. More disgraces, deployment takes us throughout Fallujah. Around the precipice, mortar play as the drops pursue us. Rhyme schemes and the mind streams. Surprised me that I find me the divine being live streams. The essence of omni, so I scream. Forever rapping for progeny, this is my team. Captain left on the high seas, with vessels submerged deep enough to defy leagues. They never minded us till infinity came from 9-3. Resigned, we provoke mind, but this time it's Vox Luminous. Forever indeed, with clever intrigue, whoever it brings is Vox Luminous. A measure of peace, indefinite gleam, fluorescent it beams is Vox Luminous. Ever obscene, unsettling scenes, competitors flee from Vox Luminous. His test is never complete, he's Vox Luminous. Every voice you knew is just due to echo. Look at them try to walk and then what they knew is special. Then ignore my essence protruding the newest message through the threshold. Let's traverse this world on a single time ship. She and I on the ocean of darkness seeking islands. Complete horizons that mesmerizes the peak that blinds us. You might find yourself occupying the seat of pilot against a fleet of tyrants. Bright intensive, spew the glow that's indicative of the heights ascended. Quite the vision as they decipher the lights of wisdom. Unified, they come together to fight division. Cost of deference, all to illuminate this way to get lost in seconds. Heed the call, I spit it phosphorescent. It's all quintessence, true and false is often ejected. It's Vox Luminous. Forever indeed, with clever intrigue, whoever it brings is Vox Luminous. A measure of peace, indefinite gleam, fluorescent it beams is Vox Luminous. Ever obscene, unsettling scenes, competitors flee from Vox Luminous. His test is never complete, he's Vox Luminous.
Man, that shit was fucking great, bro. Now, here's a little something you may not know about me. Is I like big band shit. So, shit like orchestras and fucking, especially like anything brass put together, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. And I would say, yeah, you can put this right up in that category of that 5, dog.
I would love to do Vox Luminous with a live band.
That would be
full
so
orchestra. Have a horn section. Oh, we would murder. I played that piano part, by the way.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I sampled that to make the beat, but, like, you know, I've been sampling since Kanye, basically. You know what I mean? Like, it's everyone. It basically had to start sampling.
If you ain't sampling, it really ain't that hip hop shit, though.
Yeah. But and I resisted it for a while. If you listen to my early album, there was no samples.
That was all your beats.
Composing. Yeah, that was me composition, all composition. And it wasn't until maybe Type 2, a little bit of Carter Shift scale was sampled, but like Type 2 was when I really started like, oh, okay, I can sample shit, I can flip samples. Like, oh, dog, it's over.
Hell yeah.
You know, and I really started to move away from the sort of like just, you know, West Coast sort of G-funk, just that sound into more of a like DJ Premier sort of like
more of a,
soul underground sort of hip hop, which is what I was really wanting anyway. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I love the West Coast sound, but it's it's an acquired taste. You know, there's only so many people who really like it.
That's just where my heart is.
It's where my heart is, but I also know that you know there's only a small population of people from LA and the Bay and shit. You know?
Yeah, because everything out there in the middle, like Fresno and shit. Well, they might be bumping in Fresno, but outside of that, all in them farm towns, Madera and shit, they ain't bumping it. You know,
right.
They over there eating some motherfucking hay and shit. I used to live in Madera, man. That shit was crazy. Be out in the middle of fucking nowhere, dude. My mom was like,
but to
no, I'm sorry.
To that point, I was just saying to that point earlier, to have a band, I was just thinking about it. Like, I would, you know, and I could probably, if I really wanted to, put a band together for that. I mean, I've recently gone through a metal phase over the last couple of years, and I fuck with metal hard now. And there are some people who I just love the sound of, and I don't. Maybe it's just again an acquired taste, but like I'm a big thrash metal fan. But you know, my favorite band is a really obscure band called Ghoul. I don't even know if anyone's ever even heard of Ghoul. I mean, I love Ghoul, and I'm not trying to talk about them like they're nobodies because they're my favorite band of all time.
Right. No, I never heard of them, but I do like obscure thrash bands that even like there's this one. It's called Black and Gold. And they're from, I think, LA, and they do like hard thrash fucking metal sounds, dude, and dude just be spit raps over the top of them. It's fire.
I love that shit.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
Yeah, and of course I'm a rap nerd, so I'm so much into phonetic rhyme theory. That's all I'm really here for. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, let's take it back. Let's take it back to when Greydon was just a little tyke and he's running around the house. What was his parents playing on the radio that you was bumping around to?
So I actually didn't grow up with my parents. I grew up as an orphan.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, it's my experience, right? I grew up in the system, and so you know, and a lot of my early music talks about, you know, the Compton effect and the CPT theorem.
Okay.
Growing up in group homes.
Oh, okay. See, this is that deep dive I need to get into.
Yeah. And so if you are listening from recent going backwards, you might come to discover that later. Like, oh, this dude actually went through a lot of shit. You know, he got deployed. He fucking grew up in group homes. Like, he was locked up when he was younger. Like, all kind of shit. And there were things that I talked about early on that made a lot of people uncomfortable. Just my own personal experience. And the fact that my first two albums, I was talking a lot about what it was like to grow up as an orphan and what it was like to grow up, in group homes, running the streets, trying to find an identity for myself. Okay. And I thought that was through gangbanging. And so the people I was hanging around with, were pretty, hardcore gangbangers. And so I fell into that crowd, and I just, it was the 90s. So every fucking young, a part of it, it's like, I want to look at it and say, yeah, I kind of took a tough road in life. But then on another end, I'm like, what young male in LA in the late 80s and 90s wasn't involved in gang life in some fucking way, shape, or form?
Had at least one pair of Ben Davis, right?
Oh my goodness.
Some motherfucking Chuck Taylors, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, there was so much influence. It was hard because even if you weren't from somewhere, you were affiliated with something. You were affiliated. Your peoples was from somewhere. Yeah. Your father was from somewhere. Your uncles and them was from somewhere, or they lived somewhere. If you ain't from nowhere, okay, where you live? Right. Because that's the next question they're gonna ask you. You know what I'm saying? So there, in my opinion, it teaches you to grow up real early. Because I always tell people when they compliment my intellect, not saying that you were, but I'm saying when people do talk about,
you gotta go watch the beginning of this shit. For the first 45 minutes, I was just complimenting your intellect, bro.
Well, and I appreciate that, but I think a part of that comes at the expense of I wasn't able to actualize all of it because the early 7-8 years of my life was all gang knowledge indoctrination. Because I had to learn how to survive in LA during that time under those circumstances. And coming of age, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you're learning all about gangbanging.
Hustling.
Who's from where, you know, who's beefing with who, where you can go, what you can wear, what you can't wear, what you can't say, everything that came with it.
Yeah.
And this is during the time where a lot of things that people are living through today.
It was very volatile back then.
Gang banging. Yeah, but if you're talking about what people are living through today, a lot of that shit started in the 90s.
Right.
You know, which was shit that happened in the 80s. You know, which was a result of shit that happened in the 80s. So, yeah, man.
Yep.
That's how I grew up.
And you were from LA, so I know you remember the Bloods and Crips album, you know, that came out back in that time.
Banging on Wax.
Right,
Oh,
Banging on Wax, exactly. It was a classic album too, man. Like that shit was something I was talking about the other night. Nobody knew what I was talking about. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
That's why I say there's a difference between gangster rap and actual gang banging rap. Like,
right. Yeah.
There's fools that are actually gang banging on their records and it's not gangster rap telling stories of like a vague nature. These fools is actually talking about, you know, they're dissing their enemies. Now it's kind of normalized now because that's sort of the audacity of the new generation. But back in the day, that wasn't a thing. You wouldn't even say where you was from on a record. That wasn't a thing.
No. You might say, like Brother Lynch, I remember he would never say he was from Sacramento, but he would say like, got off the freeway at Florin, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know where the fuck that's at, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I get off the freeway on Florin, you know what I'm saying? That's fire. Food, liquor, market. I remember that market. I've stopped there a million times, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know, you know type shit. Oh, shit. I forgot to tell him. That's okay, Greydon. Just come back into the same link. It'll put you right back in the room. I apologize. I always get caught up in conversation all the time, and I forget to tell him just to hit the same link. I forgot to tell him, but hopefully, he's a very smart man. I know he'll just come back in. How are y'all doing out there tonight? Hope everybody's having a good time. Saturday night, you guys chose to spend it with us. I appreciate y'all, man. That's for real. And it's so nice out there. I apologize. Yeah, all you got to do is hit that same link, Greydon, and it'll put you right back in. I forgot to tell you about it. I get caught up in conversation. I forget. I apologize. You know, shout out to Weed. You know how we do. But anybody do anything interesting today? My dude Paul Samples in the house. Big salute, man. Big salute. Good to see you, man. Equinox, thank you for coming through. Big salute. I know I see Rue not come through. There he is. I see you, Rue. Big salute, homie. Good to see you. Good to see you. Biddy Loves in the house. Big salute. Thank you for coming through and hanging out with us tonight. I know it's Saturday night and it's beautiful outside, at least over here on the West Coast. And y'all could be doing anything. But y'all choose to hang out with us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am thirsty. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab a water. All right, we back. And there's Greydon right there. There we go. There we go. There we go. And I got this big ass water. Look how big this fucking water is. It's ridiculous.
Yams. I'm back.
Yo, Greydon, welcome back. I apologize, man. Thank you for understanding, man. I don't pay for Zoom anymore.
It's all good. I jumped back in though on the Zoom app, so it should look and sound better, I feel like.
It looks and sounds great, absolutely. Do you like to freestyle?
No, and there's a reason why. And I actually do love the activity of freestyling, but I reserve it for people in my close proximity, and I use it to sort of show examples for things. I don't really just like freestyle for the sake of freestyling. And when I do, I spit like pre-written rhymes. I don't actually like go off the top sort of thing.
I got you.
So when somebody says freestyle and I have to answer the hip hop gods, I'll just spit something pre-written. You know what I mean?
Ain't nobody know.
I mean, they do know because I tell them.
You're like, I wrote. Because I see.
But if you want me to spit something, I can spit something.
No. I was just going to ask you because I have a show that I do on Tuesdays. That's a freestyle show. It's just for fun. You know what I'm saying? No competition or nothing like that. and I was coming up with some great hooks a couple weeks ago. Just freestyle hooks, man. It was a great time, man. So if you ever got time and you want to come through on a Tuesday night, we're over here bullshitting, freestyling.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out.
Doors always open.
Absolutely.
So,
What's
what
up?
was some of the earlier inspirations, musical-wise? You said you were in the choir. Were there some choirs that you like really mess with, and gospel music that you really mess with, or was there like Michael Jackson and or a hodgepodge?
I mean, I liked all kind of music because I think even at an early age I realized that I loved music a lot more than I would come to love hip hop, even though I love hip hop a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was growing up, my attitude towards music and towards hip hop are much different than they are now. I'm so much more appreciative of other styles of music than I was when I sort of went through my early hip hop phase, because that's all I wanted to listen to,
Yeah.
But when I was super young, yeah, I listened to like Phil Collins and Sting and The Police and Genesis and fucking the Bee Gees and like, I mean, I would listen to Stanley Clark. Like, I would listen to all kind of shit.
Hell yeah.
There was, I don't know if you remember, or if you're, you lived in LA, but there was this thing called The Wave, 94.7 The Wave, and they used to play like smooth jazz.
I've heard of the Wave, but I was
Yeah.
very young when I lived in LA, so I don't remember anything of it.
Okay, yeah. Well, it was just a smooth jazz. Out here in Phoenix, it was the Coyote. It was KYOT, and then that got sort of shut down. But
Okay.
I don't even really listen to the radio. Normally, I'm not a listen to the radio guy, and if I am listening to the radio, it's something like that. It's like on some like, oh, let me find a smooth jazz station or like an orchestra station or something like that. I had recently lost my ability to connect my phone to my Bluetooth in my car. So I was actually going through the radio for the first time in like 20-something years. And it was weird because I'm not used to like the radio anymore. And so I had to find like there was this classical, like orchestral classical, like 88.7 or whatever the fuck it was.
Nice.
It just plays classical music. And I'm like, bro, I get in my car and now I hear like Bach and, Beethoven's Ninth and whatever, so it's pretty cool.
It's dope because you get to play it on your fucking car speakers. It's hell loud. You can feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
speakers works.
Whoa.
The radio works.
Yeah.
Just not the Bluetooth connection. So
right.
Yeah, jazz is dope. I fucks with jazz tough. I fuck with any music that sounds good. The only music I don't like, and it's not because it doesn't sound good, it's just because it's not my energy, is R&B. And that's not because it's not good. I just don't have that energy. I don't that's not my energy. And there are certain musics that are just not really my energy like that.
I can feel it.
There are dope R&B artists and songs, and I can recognize all that stuff. But do I sit around listening to like R&B songs where
Did I go
dudes
buy the
croon
album?
and,
No.
Nah, dog, I'm not. And I'm not even gonna front like I am.
Right.
Shoot, I don't care if
I don't
she
remember
likes it
ever
or not.
buying anything. I didn't even buy Bobby Brown shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listened to him if he was on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, but I didn't go buy it though. I was buying Heavy D and the Boys and fucking Jazzy Jeff and all that shit.
I wear headphones everywhere I go. I either have my small, Go Buds, Google Buds or whatever they're called. I bought these headphones, bro. They're so stupid. They're called Marshall AMGs. And they're like studio headphones that you can connect to your Bluetooth, and it has one of the best microphones on a headphone set I've ever heard.
Oh, nice.
Ever. People never have to worry about like not hearing me anymore. They used to be a big thing. It's like, I can't really hear you, sound like you're far away. Nah, doc, this thing picks up perfectly my voice and only my voice. And I don't know, I've been looking for that for years. These might be the GOATs, the greatest headphones of all time.
Okay.
So yeah, like I don't know if it.
Hey,
they're dope.
sponsorship right here. Come on, Marshall.
Hey, and they're not paying me to say this at all. So
Come on,
Marshall
Marshall.
sent me a free set so I
Yeah.
can send them to my homie right here.
And Marshall make all kinds of shit. And my dude plays music.
Amps.
So yeah, amps, like in
Yep.
all kinds of digital, crazy, great shit. Come on, Marshall, step up, bro.
Yeah. They might be the greatest. They might be the greatest.
Because that's a brand name that you trust.
Yeah, that's why when I saw it and I was gonna grab them, I think my backpack is over there. I'll go grab them so I can show them to you. But they're great quality. They're it's hot in Phoenix, so you don't. I feel like you wearing them in the heat is obviously going to be not as comfortable as if it was just cool.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the quality is amazing. The noise cancellation is, I'd give it like a B plus. It could be a little bit better, but it's good enough to where I don't feel like it's not working.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like I could talk to my AI through it. Like, it's dope.
That's hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Shout out to Marshall. Shout out to good weed spots. So how's the weed out there in Phoenix, man?
Amazing. And if it isn't amazing, they can get the amazing from California. So
we ain't
it's
that
like,
far away.
oh no. And my attitude is like, I think the weed has mostly caught up.
Well,
with,
everything's hydro
like,
now, yeah.
Yeah. So like, the days of like California having a monopoly or Vancouver having a monopoly on the bomb, those days are over. Like,
Right.
it hasn't been like that for years.
Right.
And I appreciate that because I hate going to a place and the weed is like dirt fucking weed. I remember going on the road and fans would be like, yo, I'll bring you bud. I'll bring you bud. And they'd bring me bud, bro. And it was like 70% dirt. And I had to smile because I'm not going to be rude and disrespect nobody.
Yo.
They're risking it for the biscuit. And I'm just like, all right, I appreciate it. And I'll pick out the good little plants and, to put together like a little spliff or something. But like, it was tough on the road. I will tell you that. I traveled to some places where weed was hella illegal and the fans would either invite me to their house and we'd smoke out at their house, or like they'd come to the hotel room and we'd get smoke out in the hotel room, dog. I have some cool ass fans, dog. It was great. I remember one time I was performing in Salt Lake City, and it was freezing cold outside. It was snowing and everything. And I got a ride from the people who had set up the show, the bookers, to the venue. And then we pulled up in the front. We were pulling around and I saw like a line. I thought it was for something else. These were people here to see me.
That's fire.
And I was like, wait a minute. And so I remember going in. I went in through the back and I went all the way out to the front. And I remember asking, I was like, are you guys here for the show tonight? Who you guys here to see? And like 9 people instantly was like, oh, yeah, Greydon Square. I'm here for Greydon. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah,
so I ended up staying out in front of the venue because they wouldn't let them in. They would let me in. And I was like, y'all not going to let them in? Is like, stay warm or nothing? They're like, sorry, man. We can't let them in before like 7. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to just stand out here. And one dude pulls out a little joint and we start fucking just baking right there in the snow right in front of the venue. And then
this is how we stay warm over here, baby.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's
good.
cool, man. Some road stories you got, man. What was some of the like more bunk times when you was on the road? Like, some fucked up a hotel window and you had to pay for it, or like something stupid like that.
I mean, I had some shitty times on the road too. I remember one time I was performing in Florida and the sound system they had blew out.
Oh.
And somebody brought in on a pinch like something from their car. We was able to hook up the little mixer. We like literally wired the mixer into the car speakers. It sounded like shit, bro.
No.
And I literally did the whole show. It was like a 2-hour show. I did the whole show through a blown out fucking car speaker. Like it was one of the worst experiences. But the after party was pretty good. I will say that.
Hey, give it up to the after party in Florida, right?
Yeah, that was pretty solid. But no, that was pretty shitty. I remember one of the things I hated was that like when I was traveling early in my career, I wasn't known. So it wasn't anything I had any leverage. If somebody wanted to book me for a show outside of like completely ripping me off, which obviously I had to say no to a lot of offers.
Sure.
Most of the time it's like, hey man, we're going to fly you coach. We're going to put you up in a 3-star and you're going to fucking come perform for 2 hours for basically your rent. And so I would do that. You know what I mean? Like that. I would
put me on the next thing smoking, my guy.
and then in like 2011, the Carter Scale came out. And that was the first time I ever got like royalties that could pay bills. And I was like, oh wait, what?
I like this.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, let me work on the next version of that, because the next version of that I knew what it was going to be called while I was writing the first one. I knew I was going to do an album called The Mandelbrot Set while I was writing the Carter Scale, because it sounded too much like a song I would write for the Carter Scale. and I was like, this sounds like an album. This sounds like just the sequel to this shit.
Hell yeah.
And that one being a double album basically yielded double the sort of revenue of the first album. And now I'm stacking the plays because the albums are related.
Okay.
You have to listen to one to get the others.
Yeah.
And there are these things called legacy songs that are like direct callbacks to other songs in different ways.
Nice.
So the albums lean on each other. You have to listen to them.
It's like listening to Pink Floyd records. Like you're getting the story out over multiple pieces of work. That's fire.
Yeah. And I mean, they're all time, and they knew that back then. So for me, it was trying to create something that was connected. And so that you had to like listen to truly get it, all of it.
That's what's
if you didn't listen to all of it, then it was going to be a bit of an incomplete picture. But yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Storytellers, man. Make sure you're taking advantage of that link in the description below. My guy's got a story to tell. I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got you on my playlist. And
yeah, you want to play something else from the Vox Luminous album?
Absolutely. We play anything that you wish the people to hear.
All right, let's play Shrapnel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Oh, before you do it, do me a favor. Play Shrapnel and History's History back to back.
Can do. Just play them straight through?
Yep, play them straight through.
Okay. Here we go. We got my dude, Greydon Square, in the motherfucking house, man. Show him some love. Make sure you're following him on social media, YouTube, all the good stuff. He's doing lives every day. Show up, say hi. You know what I'm saying? He likes to see people. You think he don't like to see people, but he do. He's a very nice guy, and he likes people. That's why he goes live.
All the time.
Absolutely. Yo, we got Shrapnel up next. Let's go.
Flow's elucidation. Within the black hole, I provided the illumination. I produced the stack flow, might have coded the lucid language. I own this, we act low, getting high, flying, music aimless. My fault. We hustle to carry means like Frylock at Cybok. Seeing the human being as livestock, cause why not? Prime to be spewing scenes till time stops. Growing hip-hop branches from trees that wasn't pine rod. The sign pops, red and white, death and life, all just to let you know the path is mind blocked. Don't try to find ops, it would not be worth it. You'll end up with more freak injuries than a sloppy circus. Drops be perfect for the hockey purpose. I'm trying to snipe on the wings, I might see the button. Fuck high, when I hit grass I pass Martians. Rough ride, whole new propulsion I blast off with. Cats talking, different strays. You don't want beef, you lack sausage. Disengage. Disengage of 100 miles, a hunter's foul prowl with a different gauge, and it's running wild. Run his crown, numb his frown. If summit found, the plummet's down. Silent violence, stuck between interlopers and Zionist nihilists. Mountain out of molehill and it's nothing to die on it. One eye on the prize, the other eye on the lioness. Government's lying, it's nothing to be surprised that we suffer and lying it. Chuck your prying eyes from the truth if you spineless. Better send the spooks in black suits if you spy on us. But how many can last still? They'll send Agent Smiths to enforce their men in black's will. Last meal, these cats after they rap skills, who swim around the lake for bait with mad zeal. Excited to be biting, it's like in the fight in Tyson with a lichen, bred by M. Bison. Like thin lightning, I've been striking. Some in my lyrics and I'll offend titans. New world order, Hollywood and Wolfpack used for recorder. Blunt axe used for the slaughter. Dumb trap of double-sided thumbtack reviews for the authors. Barangi with the business, or end up in a sanctuary district. Banging with the misfits, a changeling. Taking different angles when I spit shit, amazing. A native to the Gamma Quadrant. Slaves to the land of bosses, a clan of nauseous. Top guns take to the air and hammer squadron. Prepared to fall if the hand is largest. We raised on raucous beef and be unafraid to expand the mosh pit.
I'ma lurk in the back with serpents and bag, but if it gets drastic, I'm certain to blast. I've been surgical, but I'm learning to gash. Attack confirmed, a masochist Viltrumite, and I learned it from Thrag. Classic spurn, slash and turn, my rap is casket firm, with mad concerning facts to make your pastor squirm. It's all relatively dust when I smash the urn. If I'm Worf, the son of Mo, then your ass is Kern until we crash and burn. Class adjourn. You ain't Antifa, you a fascist nerd. Seeking battle with the right, get your asses served. But they lack the nerve to take you off the active turf. And if that's absurd, seek Omni more than Savior. See Quran, Bible, and Torah pages as toilet paper. Not sorry. Flowing Binyama, you cannot guard me. More pot than Job Rosses and Bob Marley. I think if you ain't eating beats, then you are not starving. You only rock to keep a tot Barbie. The hip-hop mansion, we are plot carving. Constellation, we are brought starlings. G, you stop it, you are not hardly. Ah.
History is history. Let's
go.
Yeah.
I knew it from the song's title. If all tribal, my crew set to hunt you with long rifle. Attack of the fates is lost kaiju. Heed the gravitational space, I'm raw tidal. Puzzle the poem, it's all haiku. Peep the ultra combo to face, I've caused spinal. Leave the aberration in place for all cycles. Lord of lyric is born, sworn in with visions of war. Hordes of the billions of swords lied to. That they tagged me a heartless heathen. When after we pulled off a successful departure sequence, half of me was mad while the rest it was hard to see that the blasphemy to mastery path is a part of genius. So they target us now. We were helping these monkeys climb up the cartage of scale. Lead from the tallest of tales, a creed from the harshest of hell seen. And the demons quelled spell from the start to the hell legion. For he can tell tales through his art to the frail deacon. A planet of fools, with nations that could only take you where animus rules. Distance, fates, blinds, and kismet. Baselines, elate mind, space-time, dimension. Grace via mention. Mission finds the great climb ascended. With you and I chased by the ending. Predetermined, it's all luck. Your card sucks, so we coming over the top when we call bluff. Either promote or get your pawn stuck. You have to really have the nerve to ask what lies beyond the construct. Gorgeous disguise. I sit at the bar of infinity, ordering lives, where the joyful bliss or horrid demise. Torn the pleasures, absorbing the cries, ignored in its eyes. Prize, it's cheers to the misery. Why there's even something at all, peers through the mystery. Science is the artisan's god, here's to the ministry. No, I don't need linear cause, history's history.
Way to close that one out, my guy. Holy shit. Greydon.
That song is crazy. Those songs back to back, I just feel like it always gives me goosebumps because of the transition of the energy.
But yes, you're absolutely right. The energy transition is effectively brilliant. The subject matter as well, dude. Like you said, I'm not sorry. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you can be, is unapologetic at times. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you said it earlier. If people who disagree can't have civil conversation, dude, we're doomed, bro. You know what I'm saying? We are doomed. And we can agree to disagree, or we could fucking, you know, I could see a lot of points you make in your music as well. Like, I agree with a lot of what you say, you know? And that just shows us that we're closer than we think that we might have a few disagreements, so what? But we agree on so much more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. I don't disagree with you.
look, dude, I respect you so much just in the simple fact that you have an enormous talent and you use that for a creative artistry. You know, I love music, dude, and you're doing it a huge justice doing what you're doing. So, really, I can't wait to jump into your shit like I jumped into one of my favorite artists, motherfucking Jordan Lucas shit. I jump into NF shit, you know what I'm saying? I love his story as well. You know, so I think there's going to be a cool ass journey for me to, in store, and I can't fucking take that ride, my guy. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. When you had said unapologetic, it's funny because ironically I have a song called Unapologetic.
Hell
and
yeah.
it's basically like that. I think you would like that song as well.
I will. You know I will.
I would love to get your reaction to that. But here's the thing I will say about my music and how I sort of how much room and space I give to people to represent what they're about. So like, again, I always reference sort of how I grew up because everyone references how they grew up. And of course, in gang culture, how you represent your set is everything. In any sort of organization like that, how you represent it is everything. So I feel like there is a certain level of like who you are and what you're about to be represented. Even if you're the enemy, I will respect you more if you just bang that shit on me. Like, I don't even, because to me, it's like I want quote unquote worthy enemies. You know, I don't want weak enemies. What
It's
good
like
is it if
sneak
you
up behind you and do some coward shit?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. It's like my enemies respect me enough to bring it to my face,
Right.
and respect me enough to have a conversation to say, "Hey, man, like I disagree with you because you said this and you said that." That's why, all due respect to Michael Beverly, and we're friends and everything, but like, I didn't have a problem with talking to the Connectleys because I feel like, hey, if you're in opposition to what I'm about, let's meet each other on the ideological battlefield. Debate, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, let's see, let the audience decide. I am a true fan of gladiatorial blood sport in the intellectual arena. And if there is an opportunity for us to do that, and respectfully, of course, I'm not going to disrespect you or your family or your, anything like your manhood or anything like that.
Call
But
you
I
out
can
your
also,
name.
none of that stuff,
Yeah.
because I don't have to. My arguments are strong enough to stand without that.
Facts. Yeah.
So in my opinion, it's like, if you want to have a conversation about that, then we can have that, and there's no reason for me to not allow you to speak, not allow you to get your point across, not allow you to articulate and maybe expand a little bit of what you're talking about. We want these sound bite dunk on you moments, and I think it's bullshit because no one really benefits from that. The only people who benefit from that are the algorithms, the people who own the algorithms.
Yeah, I'm a long form content guy myself. I enjoy watching longer form content, 2 hours or more, and I usually keep the interviews to about 2 hours as well. I used to go crazy. I used to have about 5, 6, 7 hour long. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm gonna go grab my water real quick. 1 second.
Okay, no worries. Used to do ridiculously long interviews, and I had a lot of fun. But nobody wants to stick around for 7 hours while people are just bullshitting. Of course, me, I'll sit here and talk to anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. We could bullshit. That's the beauty of the internet. Like, it is a really double-edged sword. There's a lot of crazy shit that goes down on the internet. But look at how cool this is, man. I think Greydon is probably right around the 300th interview we've done here on this channel. And I've got to meet so many sweet-ass cool people from around the world. Not to mention, every time we go live, the SGR crew shows up and shows love. It is an honor and a pleasure to be able to get online and share this content with y'all, man. And I was just saying, Greydon, I think you're right around the 300th interview. So you might be 301. I think you're 300 though.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So we got a long way to go, but I appreciate you being part of this thing, man. And one day I plan on having a cipher, and if you'd be willing, I'd like to have you a part of it. I don't know when I'm going to do it, to be honest, but I want to do one day.
Ooh, that was cold. Yeah, I'd be down.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I agree with that. You can't have a partial heart. Rap is a martial art. That's a good rhyme scheme right there.
Bars.
Good phonetics.
Paul Sample, I
phonetics.
see you, bro. Big salute, man. I see Nico in here and Silk Toast as well. Thank y'all for coming through, man. We got my dude's link tree in the description below, so make sure you tap on that. He's a comic book author. And are you doing the illustrations as well?
No. I just write the stories and create the characters. Me and Tombstone the Dead Man, and now we've actually brought on new people onto our writing team, and those stories are getting ready to come out. So it's like now it's starting to be more like a company sort of thing. And
hell yeah,
you know, my official position is CEO, but I do more character creation and stuff like that. So
what's some of your favorite aspects about creating a new world?
Ooh, that's a fantastic question. Building the model that allows me to build worlds effortlessly. I have, and Tombstone calls it the greatest plot device ever conceived, but I have created this sort of science inside of the world of extropy and entropy that is so detailed. People are probably going to accuse me of trying to create some sort of a religion. I promise you that is not the case. But when I do stuff like that, I do it so detailed and deep. For me, it's like it's divinity. I think creation is divinity.
Well, from what I've heard from you in your music, that you're a very logical thinker. So once you can figure out, like you said, the science behind the things that you want to take place in your universe, everything else kind of just falls into place for you, right?
Yep, absolutely.
That's fire.
And it makes world building stupidly easy, and not to the point where it's not its own world and its own sort of detailed entity, right? It is unique and a one of one, but I was more interested in building the system that allowed me to do that.
That's what's up. Now you got this universe and you're totally in full control of it. What's some of the stuff that you would like to see happen in it?
Well, the first thing I do is I try to articulate it in a way that does not talk down to the reader. I assume that the reader is intelligent enough to get some of the higher order concepts. And so the stories that we tell are of that order. And there's a lot of stories in realms of fiction that have yet to be told that I believe we're telling for the first time. It may not be the very first time, but I do believe the way that we're trying to do it is. And so, at least from the storytelling perspective, I love having the ability to structure the rule set that says, hey, if you stay within this framework, you can do whatever you want to do. Because within this framework, it basically articulates how those things are logically possible.
Yes. And do you plan on creating other worlds within this company of the comic book company?
Absolutely. I have a collection of short stories that I have written from the perspective of, just different one-off realities that allow you to sort of tell stories that are just somewhat of a one-off one-off serialized story. It's not something that you need to watch or to read in some sort of a linear, long sort of way. You could just read this one-off story, and it's a short story, and it is whatever it is.
Nice.
But I do like the idea of coming back to visit those worlds every now and then. So
within
maybe
the
2, 3,
other
4
worlds.
stories down the line. Yeah.
Fire.
At least I know you've been exposed to that world at least once before.
Right.
Or if you haven't, it will let you know, hey, by the way, this is the second story in these series of stories, or the 8th story in these series of stories.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I love it. Man, I really wish you all the success in that, man, because
thank you.
The world needs more readers. Let's just be honest. And when you're reading things that make your brain work, just not like whatever issue of magazine, you know, that like me when I was a kid, it was Lowrider magazine. You know,
I remember Lowrider magazine.
Facts, bro. That and High
Yep.
Times. If I can get a hold of High Times, that was pretty fire. You know,
Mhm.
but you know, nowadays you have access to all kinds of stuff, and people don't read a lot anymore unless it's text on a screen. You know, like it's kind of weird. But are you
Yeah.
doing physical copies or digital copies as well? How are you serving that to the public?
So we have a store, majesticcomics.shop. However, the reason why I'm building the app is so that I can centralize the storefront marketplace for people to search for comics in a way that makes a lot more sense than I've seen.
Nice.
It will cater to independents because we assume that, you know, majors aren't going to work with us.
Right.
If we so happen to get a Marvel or a DC to come upon our platform, that'd be incredible. I mean, that would be absolutely incredible. But I don't expect that to be the case. But what we're doing on our platform, it would, in my opinion, take them at least 2 to 5 years to catch up because we've been working on it. I mean, I've had this idea for a long time, but just the way that we're sort of doing it, the back end alone, it would take them 2 years to figure out what we figured out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just sort of what the future holds, there will be a centralized platform for independent comic book artists and publishers to present their content in the way that they want to present their content.
That's fire, bro. I wish you the best luck. That's very difficult.
I would love
wrap
to show
my-
it to you after the show if we're not online, if we're not public. But
Okay.
if you after the show, if you want, I can show you a sneak peek of it. I think
That'd be
it'd
fire. I'd love to look at it because there's no way I can replicate that. I can barely keep my computer running. My computer's like, dude, come on, dude. It's like from 1973. It's older than I am.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, what we have going is pretty unique. So
That's fire.
I definitely am proud of it and the team and everybody at Majestic Comics and Manifest Software who's tried to make this shit a reality because it's been a journey.
Now that's your guys' whole focus right now is this app. Where do you plan on expanding that from? Do you have any plans for that?
So the app should be its own self-sustaining economy. And the general idea is, you know, it should allow freelance publishers or, you know, independent publishers to be able to connect to their consumers and their audience and be able to have something that's unique there on that platform. It's like Steam, you know what I mean? Like it's, you know, you look at or Apple Music or something like that. These are like platforms.
Right.
So that's the general idea. But what we've done with the platform is, you know, just the sort of the uniqueness of what we've done as opposed to what everybody else
Oh
is
yeah,
doing.
there's some trade secrets. I'm sorry, y'all just can't even know about those. You know what I'm saying? But just know that if you follow the social medias, you'll get the updates when everything's getting released. And I know the SJR crew got some of them comic books, you know, in your closets, you know what I'm saying, that y'all read in the past. Y'all want some new, you know what I'm saying? And we saw some snippets of the work that they done earlier. And yeah, I got to give it up to you and your team, man. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure on their behalf they're appreciative.
Absolutely. So what is in the future for my guy? Are you going to be, because you're going to be very, very rich off this. It's going to happen. Now, I like to ask this question. Let's say it does. I mean, let's just say, you know, you really become the tech guy, right? Like billions, right? Easy. Where are your top 3 houses? And before you answer that, we got 4 minutes left on this Zoom call. So when it ends, if you still got time, you can come back and we can play some more music and talk if you like.
Yeah, I just copy and come back into the same link.
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just end this, and when you come back, you can answer that question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. We'll just do that. It'll be easier. It'll be easier for everybody involved. No surprises in the middle of in the middle of the answer, because that middle of the answer, you know, it's a bummer. You don't want to be cut off in the middle of an answer. And I forget. I forget every time. I'm like, what the hell was I saying? But we back. Too easy. Shout out to Zoom. Y'all having a good time? Hope everybody's having a good time. I got my dude Paul Sample, Rob Z in the motherfucking building. Big salute, gentlemen. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Biddy Love said, you reached Ireland now. That's what's up. Shout out to Ireland.
Meeting I got to jump into with my art director, actually. So, but yeah, but no, you got me for about 10 more minutes. So,
I appreciate
and again,
that.
I would love to come back because I was definitely late. So I feel like I kind of owe that to the game. I would love to come back and continue this. I think you've been an incredible host and your audience has been fantastic. And I love the setup. And so, yeah, man, we could do this again.
I appreciate that. And I'd love to have you back. Maybe we could do an album review, you know, go from one to end, you know what I'm saying, in succession.
Oh, man.
That'd be amazing, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm totally down, brother.
Sounds great, man. So, where are your top 3 houses since you now have all the money?
Ooh, so...
Because you're going to have houses on every continent, let's just be honest. You don't want to sleep in somebody's bed that just got done banging in. You're like, I'll sleep in my own bed because I got all the money, bitch. You know what I'm saying? When you're in Italy, you ain't staying in no 5-star. You're staying at your own shit.
So, I don't know, man. I don't really think like that. And so I'm a very simple individual. I have a, you know, I feel like I'm like one of those people. You ever see that meme where they're like, you won't know that I won the lottery, but there will be signs, and it shows them like with some like weird sort of wealth flex where it's like most people wouldn't even do that. Like,
right.
I'm the type of person that would just build a library. You know what I'm saying? Like I would just build, like I want my own personal library. So like I want to be able to walk out of my house and then into a building that is multiple stories and is like 3,000 square feet. And it's a literal fucking library where I have to check books out from myself.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I want. Like
now, where is that library located?
Oh, and somewhere in the mountains of Arizona, somewhere where, look, the nuclear bombs are probably going to hit somewhere where I'm at anyway. And if they don't, then Iran or Russia or China is just so incompetent they failed even the end of the world.
Right,
but like, I feel like I would love to be somewhere. I'm old enough now to where I want to be far away from fucking society. And so I just want a cabin that is unassuming, you know, just in the mountains of some fucking small town somewhere. And that house has a library in the back.
Underground bunker.
You know, underground bunker with fucking shooting range and, you know, things like that. You know, normal shit. Just normal shit.
Just regular shit. You got dairy cows. You got fucking little produce shit going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Little farm going on.
Yeah, you got the reverse osmosis watering systems, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's happening downstairs, my guy. But you got the really, really small, like, one-bedroom cabin, unassuming looking shit, but everything is real downstairs.
For sure. For me, I'm a very simple person when it comes to what it takes to sort of satisfy me.
Yeah.
And I'm a Trekkie, so I would probably there wouldn't be a piece of Trek merchandise, of Star Trek merchandise.
My mom just entered the shit too. Mom, I love you. This is your fellow Trekkie right here. I know you guys got stories for days. He's about to tell you.
Yeah.
I apologize for interrupting.
Well, now I can show her my Deep Space Nine shirt. Hold on.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, she's loving that. Facts.
Yeah, no, I represent the Trek tough. I represent the Star Trek super tough. I even like when I'm on my stream, I'm in my quote unquote office, and if you look at it, it looks like a Star Trek sort of office.
That's fire.
And so like I lean into it. I don't even care. You know, people call me captain and shit. Like I absolutely lean into it. I don't mind at all.
That's
I don't mind at all. Yeah.
I love the fact that you got the keyboard there set up like the keyboard on the and your hands show and everything, bro. That's fire.
Yeah, I have an overhead view right here that will show you kind of like I have all these keys up here and these things up here that do a bunch of shit, but like I have all these little artisan keycaps that like
Oh, sick!
like
That's
space bar
Nintendo.
and shit. Yeah, it's
Sick.
stupid. That's what I'm saying. I would do shit like that, dog. I wouldn't. You think I would buy a Bentley, bro?
No, not
You
me.
think
I'm buying a nice truck so I can go off road if I need to.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even. I went to the Star Trek experience too.
Hey.
I'm one of the people who went to the Star Trek experience. I can say that. You know, there were people who went to that very first like Sex Pistols concert. There was like 40 people at that original show, like
Right.
splitting of the atom for fucking British punk. I feel that way for the Star Trek experience in Vegas. If you went to the Star Trek experience in Vegas, that shit was mythical. It was like
Hey.
stepping into a Star Trek set, and it was like they had the bar, and you had a menu, and it was all like it was like Quark's bar. They had a menu, and you would be able to order all the Star Trek foods. You could get Andorian ale or Klingon blood wine. Like it was stupid.
That's crazy.
And I was like, it was me and people in G. You know who this is? Jay's Dallas. It was me and Jay's Dallas from the Giannis Left, and we were fucking. What were we like? 24, 25 years old.
Damn.
We went to the Star, and then they closed it the next year. It was like in 2004, 5, maybe 6, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great, man. Star Trek experience was awesome.
That's so dope. You guys have been in the same place. That's so fire.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely.
The 6-pack of that blue beer.
But so as far as where that would be, it would be here in Arizona. I love Arizona. It's got the best balance of weed laws and gun laws in America.
I like it.
You know, usually if the weed laws are good, the gun laws are shit.
Taxes are pretty
And-
decent.
Taxes are great here. I mean, at least look, I'm childless and unmarried. I the fuck do I know about taxes and how much shit really costs here? But you know, for what I understand, it's pretty good. This is a place where people don't feel like they're just getting completely reamed by the state.
Because you've been there quite a while now, but I there had to have been a big cultural shift when you moved out there, right? I mean, big city, LA, you know, shit's going on all over the fucking place, and then you get out to Phoenix, and it's probably a little bit slower down there, right?
It is, but I will say this, you know, Fort Riley, Kansas is right next to Junction City, Kansas, which is 2 miles away from any major city in that area, which is the middle of nowhere. And so I got used to slow city moving back when I was a, you know, young man. I had no problem with it. That shit was good for me. It was quiet. People were nice. They greet you. Like it had a real nice smell. Like it was, you know, LA got that smell, you know, LA got that, like, you know, LA, when you pull into LA, like you could be in like Riverside, like you start to get that LA scent where it's just like, okay, I know I'm home. I know that smell anywhere. And of course, if you downtown, like of course there's a distinct smell in LA.
Yeah.
But no, I was stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas.
Thank you for your service, by the way, my guy.
Oh, thank you for thanking me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
But
yeah, that's crazy. Y'all are the same damn base too. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, that's nuts.
My mom was she was a WAC during the Vietnam War.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, she was like
Yeah.
a nurse.
Fort Riley had changed a lot, but it had been there for a good while. I know there's a lot of history at Fort Riley, Kansas, and I know, you know, when I was going there, people were like, "Damn, you going to Fort Riley?" And I was like, you know, so yeah, it was for me growing up on Star Trek and shit like that. You know, I kind of knew I was going to end up in the military in some way, shape, or form, even though it wasn't my first option. Junction City, yeah, Manhattan, Junction City. I used to drive to Wichita, Topeka, KC. I lived in KC right when I got out before I moved to Arizona. Yeah. I know that Taco Bell you're talking about.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What a small world after all. Disney got something right.
Too tiny. Yeah, the simulation only has so many permutations. So.
That's what somebody was saying online. They're like, Everybody's saying there's like 8 billion people on the world, but I go to all these places. There's like not that many people.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like,
It's like the difference in people is like not that different. Everyone is into being the same variation, just a different shade of the same person.
right. It's like a lazy programmer, just like, well, we'll just render them in a different color. Like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, man. But you know, I think about, like, you asked me sort of the question a little bit earlier about what would I quote unquote do with all the money. And again, very simple stuff. Build a library, you know, be self-sustaining to where ultimately, you know, I can leave somewhat of a positive, you know, a net positive impact on the planet before I leave it. But outside of that, you know, there will be signs type shit, but you wouldn't even know. I wasn't like, you would know because I built the app, and you would know because of the volume of business we do on the app, but I'm not a flaunt.
You wouldn't be that dude on
type
TMZ.
person. Yeah.
No, it's not happening.
Nah.
Like
it's not
like
me.
we're at that age where it's like we're not going to the clubs, we're not going
Right.
out and partying. If
Yeah.
I do decide to have a little bit of drink, it's going to be at my house.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't getting
Yep.
crazy on the streets, bro. It ain't happening.
Totally agree. And
Yeah.
and there are people out there who still kind of crave that lifestyle, and more power to them. I'm not
Sure.
knocking them.
It's just
But
not for me. You're right.
Not for me either.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. We've been there, done that, and it was nice, but I got other shit to do.
Yeah. And I feel like I would just invest in more projects. I mean, I would just invest.
I bet you got a million ideas up in that brain of yours, don't you?
too many ideas.
That's what I'm saying. You get that one to fund the next one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
at any given moment, I am working on 5 different things.
That's what I'm talking about.
Any given moment, because again, I work for myself and have been for quite some time. So I've learned, different ways to, like, okay, I got to work on this because, the income is cyclical. If I don't work on it, then ultimately that will die out as a stream of income. And I got to have like 6-7 streams of income to just, make sure I'm okay. So,
yeah, especially for longevity.
Right.
Because that's ultimately what it's about,
Yeah, and there may come a day where people just stop listening to Greydon Square, and that's that stream.
That's
of
okay. You
income,
get exactly that one revenue stream might fall, but you got the fucking 7 other ones, and you're going to be all right. I mean, you also launched a clothing line, right?
I do have clothes. Yeah, I do.
I did my research, my guy.
Yeah, yeah. So if you go to a GreydonSquare.shop, you'll see a lot of Grand Unified related clothing, and it's just a lot of our sort of logo that's proprietary to the collective itself, but in different ways. You might get Valkyrie GU stuff, or TXI GU stuff, or Reaper Legion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's more collective based gear, and for people who are in GU, for them to sort of represent even more and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's what's up, man. Congratulations on all your success now, and congratulations to all the further success you're going to have, man. You're a brilliant mind, and we're lucky to have someone like you on this planet. So thank you for what you do, bro.
I appreciate it, and thank you for having me. I appreciate your audience, and I'd love to come back. I apologize for being a little late, but I would love to come back again and chop it up with you more and talk more hip hop. And I'd love to see who's on your Mount Rushmore and who's your top 5 dead or alive type shit. Because
we'll definitely get into that.
Yeah, you'll get into the deep waters of the hip hop philosophy and stuff like that. But if anybody also wants to, follow me on Instagram or social media or something like that, but just Greydon Square, GREYDON, and Square like the shape.
Absolutely.
All one name. Yep.
Make sure you hit that
Appreciate
link
it.
in the description. You'll be able to find all the streaming platforms. You'll be able to find all the social media sites. Pick at your pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you like in there, you got it. That's how we do it. Greydon, do you have anybody you want to shout out before we wrap it up?
Oh, everybody. The whole Grand Unified Creative Collective, the Valkyrie, the Giannis Sleth, TXI, Reaper Legion, Low Technology, Gaia Union, Progeny of Ancients, Majestic Comics, Manifest Software, everybody who's ever sort of had a hand in what we do and how we do it, and even people who probably don't like me. I appreciate them too. So.
Absolutely. And you know he appreciate you because he was putting your guys' comments at the end of his videos, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's love right there. That's extra time and editing and shit, you know? But he values that shit. So show him some love back. And I do have another interview tomorrow. We got a vocalist coming through. Her name is Soul Tree. And she is, I believe, from L.A.
Okay,
if I've done my research right.
Shout out to her.
Yeah. And we're going to be wrapping up with her tomorrow. So that'll be at 5 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great night. Stay safe. Tell somebody out there you love them. And we'll see you on the next one, all right? Peace.
Peace.